Republican Representative Don Bacon of Nebraska was on CNN, and he said that in the past Congress made a mistake by granting presidents tariff power. Now, in Article 1 of the Constitution, the power to lay duties and tariffs resides with Congress. However, in the past, they have granted temporary tariff abilities to the president, and they've gone back and forth on the scope of what those are. I believe currently it is for a 5-month period, because they said the president has the ability to react quickly because it's easier for one person to make a decision than get Congress to agree on anything. But Representative Bacon says that maybe it is time for Congress to take that power back and restore it back to Congress. Because Congress has the power of the purse, they should have the power for tariffs. And while he doesn't call out Donald Trump specifically in his policies and his tariff policies specifically as hurting the economy, he's just saying that maybe they need to reclaim that power for Congress. Now, I've said for a long time that politicians like their own power. And when push comes to shove, they are going to try to protect their own power above all. Now, whether this passes Congress or not is anybody's guess. Now, Democrats may be on board with this idea if they want to limit the president's power. The thing is, they would have to have a 2/3 majority in both chambers in order to override a potential veto, because Donald Trump, as much as he loves tariffs, would surely veto this legislation. Now, whether they can get there or not is anybody's guess. But even the Republicans are now saying, maybe this is a bridge too far, maybe we need to look at this. The cracks are forming between Republicans and this Trump administration. I've said for a while that ultimately pushback is going to come from Republicans, because they know they have to get reelected. And if Donald Trump screws the economy bad enough, they will not get reelected, even in safe Republican areas where they think they are going to be a lock. So we'll see if this passes. But, I tend to agree. Giving the president the power for tariffs might have been a mistake. Now, in the past, they were used a lot more sparingly and a lot more effectively than Donald Trump's blanket tariff for everything, but that in part is because Donald Trump doesn't understand what tariffs are or how they work. He thinks they are something magical you put on other countries, and the money goes from that country's treasury to your treasury, in this case the United States Treasury, and we just make all this money and nobody else really pays it, and that is not how they work. They end up ultimately being paid by the American consumer and do nothing but cause inflation and drive up prices. But Donald Trump should have learned that in his first term, but he didn't.